Happy April Fool's Assassinators. This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the NXT review on April 1st, 2025. And we got a very, I'll say, unworldly episode of NXT. And I mean that in a good way. By the way, for those that are misunderstood your favorite Super Ninja Assassin. But yeah, like we got an unexpected title match that was very, totally well worth watching. Which say we got a very shock. It was a totally shocking title change, and we also got unfortunately title a wrestler had to relinquish a title, and we got a number one contenders match for next week been announced, and we got some. Got some wrestlers from NXT from WWE's Evolve show, which you can watch exclusively on the Tubi streaming service, and also we got what else we have talk about as well. We got who else? And what other thing we need to? Oh yeah, and we also got qualifier matches for this vacant championship, for which this championship is going to be on the ladder match, and we got another match, another match, which is a title match, that's going to be announced, a different title that's going to be on the line in a not only a one-on-one, it's going to be in a triple threat match that's been confirmed by GM herself, Ava, and much more. And also, not to mention, we also got a shocking return on NXT. Nah, April Fools. I'm just kidding. It was no shocking returns. It was supposed to be just a little bit of a minor joke. But next up, even though we didn't see any April Fools pranks or elements, even though I've seen other fellow YouTubers making videos about them, what if they're pranks or just horror stories about somebody emailing them. But yeah, I thought I might give a little bit of untrue jokes when it comes to me telling you assassinators that. But we're going to get into the first slide onto the show when the fans are chanting NXT, the classic never gets old. And this is where we got Stephanie Vaquero coming out with her two belts, which one of them is the NXT Women's Championship, the other one was the North American Championship. But we don't really have that much good news about her on one of those belts, which we're going to get into what we just mentioned about the references. But it's where, before we get into that, is where we got Ava admitted that ever since the Chilean wrestler stepped foot in the NXT ring, she has shown everybody exactly why she is the Latinera. This is where then Ava continues and after walking out victorious last week and still remaining as your double champion, not only wrestling in one match but in two matches that defend on each respective title. She was that proves that's what proves what kind of a superstar that Stephanie Vaquero is. That's what she's like. But however, unfortunately, given about the depth of our women's division, both of these titles deserve to be defended more frequently. And this is where the fans start. Stephanie, she's gonna give her two title defenses that title defenses for both the NXT Women's North American Championship, how she did last week. And what to say, that's what she did. And it's going to be with her defending the Women's North American Championship in a ladder match. And then she going to face Jordan Grace for the defend her NXT Women's Championship in the main event of Stand and Deliver. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's obvious that I'm just lying. Especially for those that are completely aware, as much as your boy SNA is. Unfortunately, she had to relinquish one of the title. This where then Ava's we've been talking lately in the office, and we decided it was not fair that she's not gonna be doing this alone. This is where fans were mixed feel what she was talking about. It's where and I'm gonna have to say I got some bad news that Stephanie's gonna have to relinquish the Women's North American Championship. It's where fans start booing boo, and this where then Ava's well, we'll be a new champion, and in a 6-woman ladder match at Stand and Deliver. This is where fans start was not buying it. Like, boo. We'd rather have Stephanie McCurry put the title on the line and that line. But this is what Ava said. We're going to start the qualifiers, like 2 qualifier matches tonight. And this is where fans started saying, no, no, no. Like, if a certain man that loves saying the chant, yes, if he was getting relinquished the title, this is where the Stephanie McCurry then acknowledge and understands why they're doing this, like about this decision. Like even though like that she it's so hard to hold on to the title because that's her first title that she won in WWE. Who could blame the Latimera? I believe that's what she called. They call her. Or should I say the Dark Angel, I should say. But anyways, this is where it's definitely for but NXT has gave me plenty of opportunities, and I want to decide, like for everyone else's own good, like I I really want to push my NXT women's division and then not try to stop it and be selfish, which that's a good reason why that she don't want to hog up all the titles. Like she's the female Roman Reigns of the division. But it's where then Stephanie McCurry was like, then the fans are chanting, Stephanie, 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 Stephanie. That's where the Stephanie Curry like. But now I'm gonna give up the women's North American title, like, but I will do it only on for one condition, like before she gave up fully the women's North American championship when Ava was halfway, what's that called? Grasp onto the title. This is what she's like. I want to know who I'm fighting, like at Stand and Deliver. But before she can even get that answer, this is where we got what's the name? The Juggernaut herself, Jordan Grace was like, and they came out there to try to answer a question where they're saying like, sorry I interrupted your little conversation with Ava here tonight, but like I'm so happy to be here. Like, and you get to pick your opponent at Stand and Deliver. This is where Jada Parker. But now that Jada's out of the picture, like we can focus on that match that we've been talking about and that everybody been really looking forward to. Like on like for the first time ever, like on NXT's biggest stage, like him looking face to face, like will be the Juggernaut versus the La Primera. But that's where then before we can make that official, with Jada Parker's like, hold up, like Jordan, like first of all, be like Jordan, like you cannot just automatically think you earned the match just because like you screwed me out of my match against Stephanie. Then you like you first of all you can't step like you get you can't quickly get me out of the picture just because you want to shot at championship. Like we can get through that road right now. But if you actually stand on the ground where I left you ass at, like this is where fans are like, oh, and this is where then Jordan Grace like, oh, right in this corner, this is where Jada Parker's like last week I would have beat Stephanie. Like no offense, when she actually said sorry, she was like, I would be the one that'd be holding on to that NXT Women's title with Stephanie McCurry. Don't have to worry about holding 2 belts and have to relinquish the women's North American champion because she's nothing but second best compared to myself. Like, and what a waste of my opportunity. So therefore, and therefore, like I should be champion because Stephanie, like it was this close with her doing a fingertip kind of gesture. This was like it was gonna go like if you thought like when and it was like, go ahead and throw your shot at me, like because if we run this back and before she can even continue, this is where she get immediately interrupted. Like they're like, no, like Jordan Grace, like no, like you had your opportunity, Jada, like you had your shot and you fumbled the ball, and this is what she was like now I know that you may not understand how championships work, like given that you haven't held a championship in WWE. In fact, I bet you haven't captured any championships in your career in wrestling in general. This is where then they are going at it, start hitting some strikes onto each other. This is where we got This is where we got Jada Parker with close on the left side, but this is where we got Jordan Grace flipped right over through her instead. This is where the security tried to calm things down, but this is where we got Jordan Grace grab on one of them after pushing all of them, and this is where she grabbed one in particular, throws him right onto the other security that was trying to pull back Jada Parker. This is where fans are like, holy sugar, honey, iced tea. And this is where it leads up into a match, a number one contender match, probably to be the exact, where the fans are also saying, let them fight. And let's just say this wasn't the last time we seen them getting into an altercation in tonight's broadcast. But it's where then we got Trick Williams then send a message and a challenge to Oba Femi via Instagram video with the caption saying, "Let's talk about it, Oba." And then this is where he's like, "Hey Oba, how you doing on the video?" He's like you haven't heard my challenge. He was like, I told you I want a title match against you at Stand Deliver. I bet you saw it too. He's like I'm out to put that Javon is how about you and I Tuesday in the ring, my title at the NXT Championship, in the ring, and this is where it's let's talk about it. This is where we got Sarah Schreiber that met up with Oba Femi with him holding on to his NXT title when he was getting into the Performance Center. This is where we got her asking excuse me, Oba, Trick Williams challenge you via Instagram post, and he said, you do not respect him. And this is what Oba Femi like, I don't give a damn what the Trick Williams said. I don't answer Trick Williams. If anybody should be answering to somebody, it should be him answering to me. And then this is where he's like, so the question is for you, and this is where the question for me, but since we're all here tonight, he's gonna get my final verdict of what's my response onto his challenge that he's we're gonna the only way you're gonna find that out is gonna be the hard way, in the ring, and I'm gonna show you why you should never bother the ruler. And this is where we knew we got that, but let's just say we got a third wheel that was probably that prevented this from even happening in the first place. But still, that did not slow down the fact that that they got physical in the squared circle. But we're gonna get into that in just a moment. But let's get into the first match of the night, which was the first qualifier match. Who's gonna be into the 6-woman ladder match for the now vacant NXT Women's North American Championship. And I want to ask you the question, who do you think should get to be qualified? And if so, who do you think is going to win at the ladder match? Please give me your predictions on the card in the comments below. But first, we got Zarya taking on Lash Legend. I'll say these women just know how to put on a very, what's that called? A very intriguing match like this one, even if it is in the mid-card. But it still doesn't matter, when it comes to entertainment and when it comes to, what's that called? Of intrigued into the women's division, was adding fuel to the very entertaining women's fire, I guess you could say, because they even if it's in the mid-card tag team or main event, they just know how to make it must see in the way, when it comes to NXT's divisions. And also, it could be in anybody of this match that could have made it, and they would have, and no one would probably wouldn't been a problem, on who's going to be qualified. As long as they're the original competitor, that's being the plans that we qualify in the match. And if not, most of the normal fans, I should say, wouldn't even mind it, as long as they have something to offer in order to prove that they can at least be in this level in the women's mid-card division at least. But these women were fighting if they're fighting for the women's championship or even the opportunity for the women's title, in a ladder match at Stand and Deliver, rather than being the mid card. But it's where we got a backstage segment in the locker room with the girls. It's where then we got Ariana Grace is they're so diva-ish for that that's completely dangerous. This is where I found him This is found him was I don't care about that. I'm gonna be qualifying in that I'm gonna be qualifying in that match, and I'm gonna give him my title back. Easy said and done. And this is where then then what's her name? And this is where then what's her name? What's Lola Vice like yeah, this was like, oh yeah, like yeah, you can be qualified, but I'm like, but in the next qualifying match, I'm gonna get in, and maybe I'll probably beat you for it. This is where Corey J is like, oh, you gonna be new, know I do with that title, since you want to shake your ass with it, like that's what basically what Corey J just said, by roasting poor Lola. This is where Lola's like, you know what, like. Oh, you are talking about like I'm gonna be making some you accusing me of doing some very inappropriate videos like with the championship yeah like if you're an angel this is where they start arguing with each other this is where they move on and get to the match this is where we got then we got the two, but the behemoths, I guess you could say, if that's like a hybrid of female and behemoths. This is where then we got them going for a hand grapple. This is where they start going sides, pulling on their arms, pushing them back right into the canvas. This is where we got this is where Zarya tried to pin her into the ground, but this is where we got Lash Legend go pinning her into the ground. This is where the Zarya would put her tippy toes. This is where then Zarya got back up. This is where then Lash Legend tried to pick her up into a hip suplex, putting her head right underneath the arms of Zarya. This is where we got Lash Legend go for a pin, but this is where we got this is where we got Zarya then dips the last one threw Zarya right into the left corner side. This is where she gets countered into a crucifix bomb, but this is where she turned to a sunset flip. But this is where we got that pretty cool slow motion feature. The last one go backside side. This is where then she's like, all right, like I had enough. This is where she picks up Zarya, but she ends up getting knife edge chop. This is where then she gets. This is where last legend was like, you did not just do that. This is where she slapped her right in the chest, like she's a female Gunther. Like if he was fighting somebody over at the other company, where it's something that someone must like someone like Sean Spears, Ricky Saints, what's his name? Sean Spears, Ricky Saints, and Ethan Page and what's the name? Alexis King probably knows about, considering they used to be in their own company. Thank you so much for the compliment. But this is where we got Zarya go for a chop right onto the chest of Lash. Lash try to go for one, but this is where Zarya goes on right on top of her, try to go for a guillotine choke. This is where we got Lash Legend and try to hit a hip suplex onto the onto the Australian bulldozer. But it's where still keep trying to counter out of the grasp of the bougie bully. But this is where Lash Legend puts her right to the left corner side, try to hit a right strike, but this is where Zarya ducks, hits a shoulder right to the midsection, hit a sunset flip. Then it's where it goes for a 1-2, only get a 2.2. Then it's where we got Zarya try to go for a body slam on the Lash Legend counter, hit a body slam of her own, like how she did to Otis, like back in that mixed tag team, 6-man tag team match back like a year ago, was it? This is where we got. It's where Zarya tried to go for an elbow drop onto her, but it's where we got Lash Legend move out of the way. This is where she goes for a kip up. Then we got Lash Legend who's like, what about you? With her going for a kip up. This is where then we got. But yeah, this is where then we got. This is where we got Zarya did the kip up right back at it. This is where we got. This is where they got, but this is where Lash Legend started kneeing Zarya right into the midsection. Then try to go for a tree slam, but this is where we got Zarya goes for what they call wheelbarrow pin, but this is where we got Lash Legend kicking out at 2 point. What was it? At 2.1, but this is where she gets pump kicked. Like if what's her name? Like if Lash Legend is like Jade Cargill. This is where then we got Jakar Jackson was too close to Zarya. This is where Rico was making sure that she was not going to do any shenanigans. This is where the Lash Legend was reassuring that if she wasn't. This is where it's like, so go back to your own spot in the bottom corner. This is where. So Rico's like, okay, like I'll be back in my post if you go hard, but this is where we got. But that's where we got the powerful force and all of pro wrestling came on. This is where we got, by the time the adverts came out, this is where we got both the women knock each other down, like, into the ground. This is where we start going for wrestling tennis battle, like with Zarya winning at first. Is where then she try to go pick her up right into like some kind of a headlock slam, but this is where she slams her back first into like a 180. This is where then we got Lash Legend try to go for a suplex right onto Zarya. This is where Zarya try to go for a suplex. Right, but this is where we got what's her name? Last Legend was trying to counter, trying to pick her up. But this is where Zarya ends up hitting a back suplex onto her. This is where she sends Lash Legend right to the bottom left side. Zarya goes for a clothesline onto the bougie bully. This is where she tries whipping in the upper right corner side, but this is where she ends up getting countered. Lash doesn't try to go for an attack, but she ends up getting boot right into the face. Zarya then goes up right into the middle ropes. This is where we got the bulldozer trying to go for a crossbody, but or the warrior then try to go up on the crossbody. But where Lash Legend caught her into a fall-away position, then hits her with a backbreaker. Then is where she tried to go for the a power bomb, picking her up. Then where try to spin around, but this is where Zarya ends up hitting her with a Hurricane Rana in the interception. Zarya then hits a pump boot that turned Lash around into a German suplex by Zarya. This is where we got the Australian. Then they try to finish her off with her finisher, which I believe try to go for a spear, but this is where Lash Legend leap dodges her. Then try to go for a choke slam, which she was successful to hit that maneuver. Try to go for a cover afterwards, but this is where she only got a 2.8 count, and then Lash Legend was in disbelief along with Jakar Jackson. Like, it should not be happening. This is where fans start chanting, "This is awesome," which is why it's getting silver trophy of the night, not because it's just the opener. But let's say the main event does indeed get the get the golden trophy for the performance of that match. But that's where we got Lash Legend throws Zarya right into the left side. She try to go over pump kick. A typical wrestling rule. Like, if it don't work the first time, guaranteed second time for Zarya. They duck out of the boot. Then hits a spear, which was indeed a guarantee, like I said. Then we got I'm glad this just makes me very, very happy and emotional right now. Like, for you to say that, man. Yeah, thank you so much. Like, yeah, like I'm glad I'm making you happy right now. Like, and I hope that you are going to continue. Hopefully, you be planning on watching more of my videos, because I will indeed be making them in the foreseeable future. But yeah, this is where we got. But this is where Zarya picks up this is where pick up Lash. This is where she hits the. This is where she hits the F10 maneuver. This is where she gets the 1, 2, 3. Then Zarya gets the win, be qualified as the first woman to qualify. Let's just say we get. This is where we got. Let's just say that Zarya is not going to be the only one that's going to get an opportunity to qualify into the ladder match, but we're going to get into that in just a moment, because this is where we got what's the thing wasn't it Yoshiki Inamura was talking to Josh Briggs, saying like he wants a shot at the NXT tag team title. It was yeah, okay. Like, we're gonna get there, buddy. Like, I promise we're gonna get there. Like, this is where the Wesley's like, this is where Mike's like, we're gonna get there. It's like it is where it's yeah, like, don't let the expectation fool you, Yoshiki. Like, take it from the advice from a former multi-time tag team champion myself. And this is where then Josh Briggs is like, who the hell you think you're talking to? And this is where it's like, I'm talking to y'all. That's what I'm talking to. And this is like I broke my back. He was like, I broke my back into this business to get some respect and get everything how I want it to be. And then this is where then so you better have respect in my name. And this is where then Josh Briggs is like you. You're not really doing, you're not doing anything here. Like, you're not even a champion. Like, you're not even a champion, let alone being the world champion around the way. This is where Yoshiki and the boys like, I used to like you, Wesley. Like, and this is where then and this is where Wesley was like, what is he talking about? As a matter of fact, like, who's he even talking to when he said it? Like, don't. And this is where then Yoshiki and the more like you need to worry about running your mouth right there. This is where then what's his name? What's his name? Like Wesley then responded back to you need to worry about getting your place and stand and deliver. This is where then Yoshiki and the more like you like you're like how about tonight? You take you yeah you take on me. And this is where then Wesley was he was like, all right, and this is where he's well, I honor your match. He was like, so he's like, but I'm gonna put your pipe dreams to rest. So prepare to be disappointed. That's what he told his minions, Mr. Tyreek Igwe and Tyson DuPont, to come with him. This is where next up we got some intel about the Dark State, which that's the name of the faction that what's his name that Dion Lennox is running, which we're gonna learn more about them, including the leader himself, But this is where we got Roxanne Perez then interrupted a discussions with Kalani Jordan and what's her name, Ava, by asking is she gonna get a chance to qualify. This is where Roxanne Perez this will be perfect to me. This is where then we got Ava was shocked, and along with Kalani Jordan, with Ava response to you agree, yeah, I mean, it's standing limit. Why am I on top of that ladder? I grab that title. I'm not gonna be the first ever woman to win every single championship from the NXT title, the NXT Women's Tag Team. But this is where before she was even getting to there, this is where then we got what's her name? Kalani Jordan. Okay, Roxanne, we get it. You're great. So over my dead body, I'm not a stepping stone in another history book. You had your shot at plenty of time. I don't know how I'm gonna do my shot. And then if it's gonna be taken at you, then that'll be even so be it. As a matter of fact, that'll be even be better. Just where then Roxanne Perez was finally, Kalani, you grew a backbone. But guess what? The prodigy, and history makers matter even with the new attitude you have here, with this edge. And this was. And this where Ava was well, actually, Roxy, there's only gonna be one of you in the match because it will be the two of you. Later on tonight, we're gonna be facing the second ever qualifier match for the NXT Women's North American Championship. This is where Roxanne Perez okay, that sounds even perfect. This is where that sounds even more perfect and better. This is where then you got the D'Angelo family discussing the. This is where then we got what's his name, Luca Cruzifino and Channing Stacks Window. So some evidence onto some evidence of the Dark State faction. This is where they start off with Dion Lennox, with him being a football player for the University of Oregon, and he's a 3-time leader. And this is where then this is where then we got what's his name? Tony D'Angelo's this kid is a snake, and this is where then Channing, Luca Cruzifino was yeah, but he has a mouth. Some say and I was speaking to his former teammate, he's a hothead with a short temper. He actually broke he actually broke a teammate's jaw for misinformation on the play. And he got multiple college degrees, especially in psychology. And this is where then this is what Dion Lennox is explosive and manipulative and explosive. That's what he's called. And this is where the Luca Cruzifino yeah, absolutely. This is where the. But this is where then Tony D'Angelo to start asking questions about the other guys. First, it was who was his name? The first, it was Cyrus Griffin. He was my height at 6'3", and what was it? Oh yeah, this but Tony D'Angelo called what's his name Dion Lennox of bookworm Clark Kent my ass, which he's not putting the wool over his eyes. This is where then we got this is where this Cyrus Griffin guy was 280 pounds along 6'2". This is where then what's his name? This is where then Adriana Rizzo was yeah, they just keep getting bigger. And this is where then what's his name? Luca Cruzifino stated that he's a 3-time AA All-American. And and he's got 165 tackles like on the game, and he broke his own. And he broke his own quarterback in the spring game, like which I he's like this guy's brash. Like when it comes to, and this is where then he said like his high school coach also told me he had great instincts, like anticipation on his opponent's next move. And this is told you like yeah, like okay, now think about like yeah, we got some perfect intel. Like what else you got? And there was another guy. It was Cutter Gaines. This was like and then he was a very highly trained wrestler from Duke. This was told you like, haha, like yeah, I knew that there was something wrong about him, and that's why I didn't like him. And he's an apogenical American, apogenical, like, and he got a limited gas tank, and he likes breaking guys' will and their spirits, not to mention. And he's like he got. And it was like he did Spartan races and he does in the mud with what on his shoulders. It was he breaking guys and he likes breaking guys' will and spirit. And then this is where logs. He breaking logs on his neck like a lumberjack. This is where Tony D'Angelo's like yeah, like it's like water walking on fire. Like this guy is a wannabe John Wick right here. And he was like, but moving on to the final member. And this is where then he's like, and that is you, Channing Stacks. And then this is where then like, what you got? This is where Stacks like, well, this is where then what was the last guy's name was? It was his name was but Channing Stacks was slow to give him the paper. Like it's something suspicious about it. It was Saquon Sugars. He was like this guy was wild card. What was it? It was what they said like he said like this. It was a wild card of the. It was he's a wild card of the dark stake fashion. He was a he was a he was he's a wild man in his home town of Washington D.C. and he wrestling there and and that's where then what's his name? This is where Tony D'Angelo's like it sounds like a not so smart guy, huh? And then this is where the Chase Tax Windsor was like, actually Don, he turned down an offer from Harvard, like from out of any school in the United States, like the most prestigious college. Like I don't know sure why. I had to use my connections on this one. Like and some people keep saying it, like people follow him, like they listen to him. Like that's where the Tony D'Angelo was like, oh why? Because of fear, and this is where Chase X Windsor then reassured him like, no, like it was talk a good tea. And this was he get and it was like, and he like, and they feel like they've been best friends with him since they're in diapers when they listen to him. And like when he's done with him, he just dips and ditches him, and he moves on to the next. And then this is where Tony D'Angelo like, that sounds like we like don't have a couple of meatball trying to get some extra TV times. I guess like they're trying. I think there's a legitimate badasses that actually. That actually trying to just trying to make a name for themselves. Here, this is where change takes. It was like when I throw some fire at them, like maybe we could go after them. This is where Tony D'Angelo, like what up? This was Stacks, like I appreciate the enthusiasm, but like this was the change. This was like, but this was like no, like we got to act now because they're dangerous. This is where Tony D'Angelo figured that it was temper talking here from Stacks. This was like, well, we understand it. This is where Tony D'Angelo like, well, like no disrespect, Stacks. Like last time you throw yourself a little heads up party, like the things didn't work out the way you planned them to, like didn't it? Like so I'm gonna need you to trust me, like I just trust you. Like and this is where Tony D'Angelo continued. He's saying like, no, you. Can you trust me? Like, the question is where Stacks didn't think, like, look directly to him and his other kayfabe brother and sister by saying, like, okay, like, I trust you. Which it kind of has me wonder, like, are there any kind of playing like a tease of a split right here, like given the way that Channing Stacks and Lorenzo gave Tony D'Angelo that look, like with some of that would look like that looks untrustworthy. That says written all over his forehead. It would it's what then we got told D'Angelo like we're gonna keep an eye on it, and then keep your phones up like if you keep your phones on like if you're any updates. That's what we got. That Channing Stacks Window wouldn't stop giving that very odd stare. And do assassinators think that do you think it has something to do with a potential split between the two? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But this is where we got Hank and Tank then was wearing some very odd crank tops on, like saying like, I don't think this is our color, let alone our style, because this is way too tight and it looks way too cringy. Like, and this is where this is where we got Hank Walker then start asking somebody outside of the camera, saying like, "Are you sure this is gonna work?" Like, and you got what's his name? And this is where we got what's his name? That's where we got who was it? It was Tank Ledger was like, these are not the kind of attire we were looking for. This where it was none other than pretty deadly. This where it's like yeah, like of course it is with them like just what they call it like by that's where they let them know like no they look absolutely fine. Like don't be discouraged. Like I mean after all like, that's what we wear when we were the former NXT tag team champion. He's like, if you need to be stars, like you gotta look like it. And it's where like again, the one thing that we know that stars they shine, which the Kid Wilson said. It'll El Prince like, yes, sir. Like, dude, like, yes, put a little yes of the boys. And this where this where you got Elton Prince is like, so y'all a team, right? So you need to be the team. Like, it's like the Hong Kong. Like, you just can't say Hong Kong. Like, you need to feel the honk, like, honking in this tag team division. Like, you got to let it grow. And that's where we got Hank and Tank was like, yeah, we feel something. This is where we start doing the little shimmy shake. This is where this is where we got what's it called? The no quarter catch crew. Yeah, no quarter catch crew of Deion, not the I'm talking about, I mean, Tavion Heights and what's his name? Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne was cracking up. This is where Tavion Heights like it looks like y'all a couple of dudes that's about to get y'all's asses kicked, and this is where then it provoked Hank and Tank. This is where they took off the croc top. They're like, we're sorry, like we gotta stick to our jerseys or take the. And this is where Pretty Deadly was like, well, we tried. Well, Elton Prince said this is where Kid Wilson like still supported them and still let them know that they still got it like in the bag. This is where they end up like going to their separate ways. This is where and so up next it will be the no quarter catch crews, Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne against Hank and Tank in the next tag team match. They wasn't wasn't a perfect match, but still it earned itself a fourth place spot. Like something that's filler that needs to be in the tag team division, especially like if we're gonna find new challengers for the NXT for the NXT for the NXT tag team championships, which we not only guys from specifically from NXT is going after for the title, but I'm gonna tell you about that later on. But even though it's not like big time stars, at least not yet, but but it was guys outside the brand. But anyways, and I'm gonna talk about more. And this is where we got WWE's Evolve wrestlers are going to be making an appearance. On NXT, but I'm gonna get into that in just a moment. But this is where they show the NXT wrestlers that's going to be in action, like with the likes of Joe Coffey of the Gallus Boys and what's her name? What's her name? Wendy Chu of NXT taking on Kaylee Ray. Unless she's now Evolve wrestler, I don't know what, but let me know in the comment section right down below. Well, it's where they showed Stephanie McMahon's little talk show, which you can watch on Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. That's where they show. That's where they start talking about like the Cody. That's where she was in the interview with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes and talking about his father, the late Dusty Rhodes, or the American Dream. Wherever. That's where Cody Rhodes gave a big smile. That's where he's like, I hate the fact that he's not seeing it in the flesh, but you said to me that WrestleMania 39 that make me feel like so. I feel let me feel different. Something I never felt before. He was like, yeah, like I, I thought I felt his hand and smell him, and it's just that whole century of holding him. Like I got that, like I getting to it. And that was him, like because he knew I had. I knew he knew I had it in me. It's a world train. Well, that was a little sneak peek, of course, but this is what we got. It's where we got the match that's come up next that we're not expecting was Sean Spears against Ricky Saints, where Sean Spears' family of the cutting or whatever they call themselves. It's where the calling. This is where then we got the likes of Eddie Dame and Brooks Jensen and what's his name Nico Vance. Then that hype up to the of the chairman. I think like if you represent the calling, like you are the father, you're the prime family member and the champ, and also like you're gonna make an example out of Saints tonight. Is when like this was something like I think like you are the best family that the chairman has ever had, and I cherish you all. Like those skills are gonna be those skills that to pass on. We're gonna pass on to each other. That was like I'll use the vanquished Ricky Saints to remain as champion. And this is where then we got the next match, which is the tag team match, but it's where we got things started with Tank Ledger and what's it, Tavion Heights, and this is where what's his name? Tank Ledger just let him have it because him insulting him and his partner, saying that they're gonna get their ass kicked, but it looks like it's gonna go the complete opposite, the other way around. That's why then he tags in Hank Walker, hit the double Irish whip to him, hit a double boot. That's where like the heck war, which that whatever I don't know what that means. That's where that they pointed at each other after slamming what name Miles Bourne that you try to get involved to help out his partner. That's where one of them hit the leg drop, while the other one hit the splash. Where they did a double team maneuver onto Tavion Heights by hitting a running back attack with Hank Walker not marrying him after doing so. Then doing double hug front and back. This is where then we got him doing that slamming him to the back. This is where we got Tank Ledger trying to go for a pin, but this is where Tavion Heights kicks out at 2.3. This is where we got pick up by Hank Walker, Irish something to the right corner side. This is where he ducks out of a clothesline by Tavion Heights to the back elbow to him. This is where she flips. Oh, this is where he flips over Tavion Heights. This is where we got. This is where we got. What's his name? What's his name? Miles Bourne clotheslines. What's his name? What's his name? Hank Walker outside the ring. This is where then we got This is where then we got what's his name? Miles Bourne out of the ring. This is where then we got. I mean, what's the name out of the ring? This is where then we got Take Legend try to come in and attacks Miles Bourne. This is where he's like, give me, let me have him. This is where then what's his name was Miles Bourne was like, oh, whatever. Like, I'm not going to worry about you. This is where he started some punches right onto poor, what's his name, Hank Walker. This is where the European uppercut. Then he tags in Tavion Heights. Then this is where we got Miles Bourne tagging Tavion. He goes for a devastating clothesline. Then we got him trying to go for a pin onto Hank Walker, only for him to immediately kick out at 2 point. What was it like? 2.3. This is where Tavion Hodge was then trying to prove a statement by him getting their asses kicked onto poor Hank Walker, throw him right to the right course. I hit a forearm strike right into the head, then throws him right to the upper right course side, then hit a clothesline, just hit him strike like boom. That's where we got. What's his name? Everybody pins Hank Walker. This is where he kicks out with a right. This is where we got. Then we got Tavion Heights going for a headlock right onto what's his name? Onto Hank Walker. This is where Hank Walker trying to counter. Try to elbow Tavion right into the midsection. Then they try to reach for a tag, but this is where it was not easy. This is where he ends up getting pinfall again, but this is where Hank Walker did not take 3 for an answer. He rolls and finally tags in what's his name? Tags in Tech Ledger, like for him finally making a comeback onto him by hitting the strike right onto Miles Bourne. This is where he goes for multiple clotheslines onto Tavion Heights. Then grab on. This is where he ducks, grab onto him, hits an exploder suplex when he's coming from the right court side, ropes running through there. This is where we got Miles. We had Bourne to try to go for clothesline. This is where he rolled, flip right into the outside into the right corner apron. This is where he blocked a right hand from Miles Bourne. This is where he then the clothesline back in the ring. Hit the springboard splash. This is where we got Tavion Heights go for clothesline. He ducks. This is where we got what's his name? This is where we got what's his name? This is where we got what's his name? Tech Ledger that hit that superplex spine buster maneuver. He would have probably gotten away with it if it wasn't for the meddling Viper wannabe. This is where, but no matter. This is where we got Hank Walker comes in, hits some right strikes right into the face. It's where Miles Bourne then ends up getting thrown right out. That's where then that's where they called themselves the S Boys, which that's where then what's his name? Corey Graves described them as a mockery, which I was like, I'm not sure if it's a mockery, more likely I'll say originally, I guess you could describe them. But it's where they try to go for his Mama's Cola Majiki maneuver, only for Miles Bourne to come in, hit the drop kick onto the to the former security guard and former football player. This is where we got Tavion Heights picks up Tank Ledger, tags in Miles Bourne to hit the suplex DDT, which made Booker T say, shuck it, duck it, quack, quack, and they get the 1, 2, 3. Winner of this match, no quarter catch crews, very own Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne. And I'll say a big congratulations to them, even though they get the 5th place spot onto the matches of the night, like which it was nothing special, but something like that build things up into a potential breakdown from the Hank and Tank of them like trying to be tag team success. But it seemed like they try to do something the right way. They always keep getting brought back down into the lower level into the division. Anyways, you're gonna make a bounce back and move on, become tag team champion. Let me know down in the comments. You got healthy stuff? Good.
Yeah, I love you too.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'll bring them to the house.
Okay, no problem.
Go out there later.
All right, no problem.
So go out there.
But anyway, this is where we got Trick Williams came out there to the ring. This is where them. Fans are chanting with that trick. That's where he's like, I did everything. I climbed all kinds of mountains. I beat all kinds of challengers that's been here. Like to just create to whoop that area. Like and this was like, and I became champion to become this show to become the Trick Williams show. I know the CW network. Don't get me twisted. Like maybe every Tuesday, like maybe it's the TW the TW network. You should be renaming the CW. And this was like, and Oba, I am here. And that's where he looked directly in the camera, right? Wait for Oba Femi to come out. That's where then Trick Williams continued saying, all the success that I come out of Coast. And this is like, I feel all the hate in the back. Like, but y'all don't want me to shine. Like, y'all don't want me to be that dog. Like, you don't want me to be back in the top. Like, huh? And the fans are chanting what? Like if they, like if he is Kurt Angle. Like, and luckily, what it wasn't Kurt Angle. They were saying what to, or else his night would have been ruined. Like, and this is where Trick Williams was about to tell him like why that everybody don't think you should be champion, and this is where we probably kind of got the answer because here he comes, and no, it was not Oba Femi. It was none other than the bouncy young OG himself, Javon Evans. That's where then he continued to compare himself to Trick Williams, like, but at this time he kind of made a point, but he was the only wrestler that he was. It wasn't the only wrestler that he compared himself to someone because. He did the same with Trick Williams, but not with himself though. But this is where he's like, listen, Trick, and this is where what's his name was trying to shun him away. Trick Williams saying like, yo, like, don't come up with all that. Like, I know why you're upset. Like, I know what happened last week, but hey, like this, like that's collateral damages. And like instead of the season, like now it's time for the grown folks to start talking about in the main event spot. This is where the fans not like what he said about their favorite young OG because they started booing like when as soon as he said that, even though he is a babyface, well at least for now. That's what Javon Evans was like yeah, like Trick, like I don't know, like what we did last week, like, but I finally realized that, like, I understand you now. You're like, yeah, like, hey Trick, like, let me ask you real quick, like, bro, and this is where he's like, yeah, like when was it? When you know it was your time, Trick, and then this is where then and this is where everybody was silent. This is where he's like, yeah, that sounds very familiar, Willie. And this is where he's like because this time last year, yeah, this like Trick Williams, like you were, like was like in my shoes, like you were like me, like just the guy that's trying to say when is my shot at the big one, and then this is where Trick. This was like, yeah, Trick Willie won the championship. Like he became NXT's golden child, and never. And that sounds way too familiar, didn't it, dog? And this was like, and just like you, just like you, Trick, bro. And it's like, not with that number one spot. And then that's where we heard one fan shout, "Whoop his ass!" Like he must be a diehard Javon Evans fan for him to say that. That's where then he continues to. Like, but between me and you is Trick. Like, I don't need to break somebody's shadow like to get onto the number one spot. Was very like, oh, like, he has a point because he used to be the best friend in quote unquote lackey of Carmelo Hayes. And speaking of the former NXT champ, that's where we got Javon Evans mentioned him. But I'm gonna get into that at this moment. But this is where Trick Williams is like it's where like the funny thing is about that, Javon, like you're on Trick Williams' saddle right now. Will you be your NXT champion? Like what? Like how you know about winning championships and selling out ticket sales and what they call and entertaining the media and then and stuff like that. Like how you know anything about. And how you know about being an A champion, which that sounds very familiar, which I'm gonna get into just a moment. But this is where he then stay like, yeah, that's a good thing that you win the title, man. Like, like, oh no, that's great to be in the champion or getting the title, son. Like, but what about winning the title, defending the title? That's a totally different ball game. Like, you can't hold that title. Like it's like I hold that title. Like I'm number one. Believe that, Jay. And this where the Javon's like 1-on-1. Like you wanted one title, right? Like wait a minute, like you are a champion, right? Like if I now correct me if I'm wrong, like you you sound exactly like a guy that used to hang around, like but like but you don't know who the hell you are, don't you? And this is where the fans like, oh, this is where Trick Williams started laughing hysterically, like, which is probably an out of character moment. He's like, yeah, like you're not Trick Williams, Trick. Like you're more like your friend Carmelo Hayes. And this is where then fans like, oh, like he just really roasted him like that. This is where then yeah, like I said it, like I'm not taking it back. This is where then the fans were chanting "Holy shit" on the iced tea, and then the fans are chanting Melo, like when like yeah, it makes sense because like everything that you're telling me right now, everything that Melo told you about a year ago, about 12 months ago, like if you ask me, like that just makes you a damn hypocrite. And I was like, I even though like I am a massive Trick Williams fan here on NXT, but you even for fans, like you gotta understand like where Javon Evans is coming from, like well everything that Carmelo's doing, like you're doing right now, and you used to despise that, but now like you're starting to be like that guy, like, and that just makes you a hypocrite in some capacity. And this is where Javon Evans continues to you're trying to you're really trying to what's it called, trying to assault me, like just to make yourself look better, like by saying that you're trying to put me down just to put yourself up, like this way, like well, like if you want to talk about it, if that's your catchphrase, like I did something that nobody's have ever done, including you, Trick. Like, and that was dropping Obafemi right into the ground, which I would say, like, with all due respect to Javon Evans, I believe like the only person that did knock over Oba before you, Javon, was none other than Mr. Antonio D'Angelo, if I got his name correctly. But anyways, this is where then we got the Nigerian ruler came out, which was Obafemi. This is where he's like, hey, Javon, like I like what, and he was like, do me a favor, if you have something to say about me, like why don't you say that nonsense to my face? Like, and yeah, he understands the rules in page 1800 not 18 1408.
I got my new iPad.
Oh, you got your new iPad? Yeah. Great. Excellent. But anyways, assassinators, this is where, but yeah. Like this is where, yeah, he understands the rule 1408. Like, yeah, come out when somebody mentions you by name. And the Obafemi is like you did something that better, that's gonna give you an opportunity for the NXT champion. Well, congratulations, Jungle J. Like you dropped the ruler. Like you got your moment. Like that was a one lucky shot because like it won't happen again. This is where Giovanni was like. That's where it's like Trick. Like don't think like you. Like, don't think I got your number, bro. Yeah, what she said, catchphrase that I always say my brother, which he said, bro, and this where, like, that's what he called both Obafemi and Trick Williams. I was like, that sounds exactly like your boy SNA would say. Like if you were talking about his brother, like calling him a bro. But anyways, this is where then we got Javon Evans and continue like, hey, like, does anybody forgot about like, did you forget about what I just did at deadline? Like, did you forget what deadline? Oba? Like, if we go his, and this where it's like if you, that's where then he, that's where then what. Like, like, yeah, like, what's, like, hey, like, did anybody forgot about a deadline? What happened? Like you forgot a deadline, you got a lucky shot. Because, as far as I'm concerned, like, we'll see history. Like, all I need is one more second to change history. Like, and if it wasn't for you to get involved in deadline, but you would likely not be the NXT champion to this very day, like in present day, if you know what I mean. Like, all I need is one more second to change the history. Like you just did, like. And if you haven't beat Trick for the top, like I would have had that if it was in those net shoes. As a matter of fact, like Oba, he's like yeah. As a matter of fact, like I could drop you once again, but this time in a championship match to become the NXT champion. And it will be in Las Vegas at Stand and Deliver. This is where then what's his name? Trick Williams like, boo, that sounds like a horrible idea, dog. And then this is where then Oba like, you shut your mouth. Like you don't have a chance to talk talk right now. This is where fans like, oh, like you know. And this is where Javon's like, yeah, you just got shut down. That's where Obafemi's like, all right, I have enough of you interrupting me. Like, now it's my time to speak. And then this where then he's like, and as for you, Javon, like yeah. And this was like for last year, you were known as a small boy that has big dreams and aspirations. Like all you might be. your future of NXT, like your success will not be the expense of the ruler at Stand and Deliver. I hate to say it to you, little buddy, because like whether you like it or not, whether you are living in the fantasy land or the past or the future, you're living in the present day right now. Like, and then that belongs to Obafemi. Like, this is where the trick was like, yeah, like that's what I'm talking about, dog. Like, listen, at Stand and Deliver season, like it will be the NXT talk between Obafemi and me, Trick Williams. This is where Obafemi like, what makes you think I'm easily gonna give you a shot at the NXT champion? You didn't even want a number contender spot. Oh yeah, but before I even say that, this is where we got Trick Williams like now if you excuse me, Trick Williams, why don't you go excuse yourself and go back to your locker room where you belong because we got business to handle. But that's where Javon Evans was about to go up to him and run up and try to say like, okay, like let's handle business right here, like with me. And this is where Open Family's like, whoa, like I have one more thing to say. Like maybe if you did a little less talking, Trick, maybe you still be walking there with this championship to this day right now. And this is where fans are like, oh, that's where I made Trick Williams about to get physical with the ruler. And this is where it's like, as far as I'm concerned, like y'all didn't prove nothing why you deserve a shot. So I'm sure. Like, how about I have an idea though? Like, in my final verdict, like, how about you guys square off and before he can even finish his sentence of what's it called? Like, of saying like maybe you could do a number contenders match, which I was like maybe this could be the case. This is where, but however, he was interrupted by Ava, which I thought she was going to be making that for the match, but. That's where Ava was like, I see, why not? We could do this match for the NXT Championship, which Trick Williams thought was going to be one-on-one because we at first that Obafemi will defend that championship against Obafemi. Obafemi will defend that championship against Trick Williams and Javon Evans in a triple threat match. I'm like, yeah, like if I'm getting this match, and this is where me and the homeless man, the Hurricane, and Booker T must have been doing the skyrocket water dance, I guess you could say, for of this exciting showcase, like of this NXT Championship match. This is where Trick Williams is the complete opposite because he didn't want to have Javon Evans being involved. This is where he was getting completely annoyed with Javon Evans. Like, see, I told you I deserve a shot. Like I've been proving that from the last year since I debuted here. But this is where Trick Williams did not take that lightly. This is where he hit the big old jab right into the face onto Javon Evans, even though it was way too far, even for someone like Trick Williams and him having a bit of differences with the young OG. But and it also kind of stirred like a tease of a heel turn. Like, which I wouldn't be surprised if he does, and he can continue to be a heel when he's going to the main roster. Like, maybe Javon is right. Like, maybe, likely it looks so, but then again, like maybe just nothing more of a tease. But what are your thoughts onto this like tease right here? Let me know down in the comments. But this is where we got Trick Williams and Obafemi start throwing fists right back in each other's faces. This is where we got Obafemi clotheslines Trick right into the outside. Obafemi was like, yeah, I thought I got you out of the ring. But this is where we got the dark what's their names? The Dark States then came out. This is where they immediately then attacked poor Javon Evans and Obafemi. This is where they did a double, what they call it, like a pop-up body drop right maneuver with two guys picking up Javon Evans, and then this one guy did pop up. Two other guys hit a back body drop onto Javon Evans, while one of them hit a boot right into Oba's face on the outside. Like if he was the small guy rather than him being small, that's where he went on the outside. Then Trick Williams came in, but this is where he was surrounded. He didn't care. This is where he started trying to. He thought he's gonna beat him like in this 4-on-1 beat down. But that's where they brought him down. That's where we got two of the guys like that picks him up like a certain faction did, like that involved Reigns and Rollins and that an imaginary brother that don't exist in this universe no more. This is where because he's his mind been toxically controlled by the disgusting toxic water. Nah, I'm just kidding. But anyway, this is where we got two of the members picked him up, throw him right to Dion Lennox and the other guy to hit a quadruplet pop-up power bomb, I guess they call it, like whatever. Or that's a generic version of the name of the move, but they probably have a different name for it. And they made a name for himself yet again, and And that's what has been confirmed and advertised that the Dark State will indeed be making their debuts, their in-ring debuts, like against these three that they attack, like with out of the three members taking on Trick Williams, Obafemi, and Javon Evans. And who do you think is gonna walk out victorious as in a six-man tag? I won't be surprised if these guys like fall out and then they cost each other the match, like from taking out the trio of the faction like once and for all, and then it looks like it's gonna have to be up to some other factions like the D'Angelo family and maybe even the what or maybe even the what other factions that's on NXT or Chase U or any or all the teams or factions that come together and probably finish them off for good. But what are your thoughts on to the faction's downfall? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But nothing against him. I'm saying like who could stand against him and try to take him out for once and for all. But it'll probably be easy said than done at first until they finally like found a way to do so. But until then, like we're just gonna have to see see that every NXT wrestler is not gonna be safe in the on the show. But it's where once we got done with the partial adverts, is where we got the doctor said like you got some cracked ribs to Andre Chase, like from his match against what was it, Ethan Page, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, assassinators. But yeah, this is where then we got from last week. This is where we got his new Chase U buddies. What's his name? Your Uriah Uriah Connors and Kel Dixon come in. Is like this is where no Andre Chase was like they said you got to go back home. This is where Andre Chase like I go home like I don't I don't know how I don't have a way back home. Like and this is where the two guys are like no we got you. Like we will take you back home. This is where they put him in a wheelchair. This is where he was like, maybe you're not so bad after all. But and this is where like seconds afterward, this is where they heard some shenanigans going on, like by the next door, like to the doctor's office or the paramedics. Was that? I mean, where the wrestlers get checked up at. This is where before they can even leave out eggs. And this was like, no, go back. This is where they went to the other way because it was none other than the Jada Parker and Jordan Grace was still continuing to beat the living crabs out of each other. This is where then we got they were too strong enough, like to they're too strong for the what's it got security guards to break them up. This is where we got Jada Parker throws Jordan Grace right into the garage door. This is where we got to try to go for a running hip attack onto her, but it's where Jordan Grace then goes right on top of her on her back, going for well after moving out of the way, but they're grabbing onto her hip like my hip, and this is where she dug over sleeper. That's where the Nathan Frazier was like, Nathan Frazier and Axiom came up right into the Hank and Tank. They were supposed to give out some support wishes, but because they did not win tonight, this is where Nathan Frazier was like, y'all did a very incredible job, but however, y'all unfortunately lost. This is where the Axiom dude, like, why are you being so rude? Well, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just telling the truth. Like, this was like, yeah, but you, like, don't lie. Like, just to be more support. Like, be more supportive. Like, don't be too much in the truth side because, like, the old saying goes, truth first. This is where the Nathan Frazier like, yeah, but they need the truth. Like, like that. Because like you don't want to embarrass themselves. Is where the Nathan Frazier. This is what Axiom was like. I'm gonna say like, what, we have a lot right now, including tag team championship. But like, sure we like, and he was like, sure we got the tile, sure we got the chemistry like of speed and abilities, but sometimes I just wish that we had some friendship just like Hank and Tank does. And that's where then Hank and Tank was like, and this is where they sarcastically said thanks for the tip and the pep talk, but they were very emotional. This is where they walk out. This is where we got Nathan Frazier and Axiom that was like no, well, wait, like we're like that's not what we meant. This is where then we got that this tag team from Evolve came in. It was Swipe. It was called the Swipe Rights. This where the Swipe Right. That's where it was. Who was it? What their names? One was name was Ricky Smokes, which it kind of sound almost similar to Ricky Saints. And then the other one was Brad Baylor. That's what it was. This is where they let them know that they're a top tag team in Evolve. There's like and they let them know that they were the hottest thing going on the other show that's exclusively on Tubi. They're like, you guys like well like in our views of you guys are like the NXT Hardy Boys, and then this is where and this was like, and this where then we got what's his name? Who was his name? Ricky Smokes was like, yeah, you run NXT and we run what's it called? Evolve. Like I was thinking, like, how about we run up with you boys and have ourselves a little fight tag team. And this is where the Nathan Fraser, like, us amigos, we don't. One thing we don't do is turn out a challenge. This is where then we got Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes was very excited about this of the swipe up. This is where y'all quick y'all attract so much ladies with that accent, right? And this is where they're like, well, like we not sure we can say all that. This is where we got, but this is where we got. And that's where we got what's her name? Like then Roxanne Perez then walked right past the door. He's like, yeah, like that's where the Brad Bay was like, yeah, there is a lot of talent here. Like I would tell you, Roxanne, like she may be a prodigy, but she's also a smoke show as well. That's where then Ricky Smoke's like, yeah, like I got the smoke for you, bro. Like or he said he got smoke for you, bro. And I'm like, man, what's up with these wrestlers running from Evolve or NXT starting to sound like your boy SNA when he's talking about his real bro? But anyways, like we're gonna move on to the next slide with them making this match is going to be happening next week for the NXT tag title. And who do you think is going to walk out as NXT tag team champions? Let me know in the comments down below. This is where we got Roxanne Perez taking on Kalani Jordan. It seemed like if Roxanne never lost the NXT Women's Championship, the way she fought Kalani Jordan tonight, like if she's still remaining as the champion, like if you know what I'm saying. But anyways. This is where they start going for headlocks. Kalani Jordan went for a headlock on her. This is where we got Roxanne Perez going for what's it called? What's that called? A head scissor maneuver. This is where we got Kalani did one of her own. This is where then we got Roxanne Perez was having trouble going to kip up. This she got the next best thing, go put her head scissor. He's trying to go for a head scissor war. This is where we got Kalani Jordan trying to choke her out, but this is where Roxanne Perez flip right into what's it called, like a body flip pin over her. This is where we got Kalani Jordan trying to flip right up. This is where she try to go for a powerbomb. This is where we got Roxanne Perez go for an elbow drop. This is where Roxanne Perez try to get back up. This is where she go for slide out. This is where she go for kip up. This is where Kalani Jordan go for on her own. This is where both women were going face to face with each other. This is where we got a powerful force and all the professional wrestling. The commercial break came on, but once we got the adverts came on, this is where we got Kalani Jordan going for a knee to the face breaker. This is where we got Kalani Jordan that hits a cartwheel leg drop onto the former NXT Women's Champion, like if she's her boyfriend that's now on the SmackDown roster. This is where we got Kalani Jordan, like, are you kidding me? When he kicked out at 2.5 like a generic quarterback. This is where Roxanne Perez then ends up throwing Kalani Jordan right onto the left ring post. And I'm like, man, like, why is Roxanne Perez not on the main roster? And most importantly, whatever happened to her mini feud with the $1 million worth women's wrestler Bayley? Like, seemed like they kind of gave up on it, but this is where we got Roxanne Perez to go for a double foot stomp, or maybe not, because let's just say we're going to see what's going to happen next. Even though we didn't see Bayley tonight, but we saw something that happened. Like, Roxanne Perez thought she had the upper hand, but like we're stomping on her client. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure, like, even though you might have the offense at the moment, that doesn't mean that's going to give you the opportunity to give you the W. That's why she has a big old boot. Think that's gonna put her down for good. This is where one half was chanting for Roxy, while the other one was chanting for Kalani. That's where we got Roxanne Perez then grab on the Kalani Jordan. This is where did she try to go for try pull on the arm right over onto the rope. This is where she bend it like sideways. This is where then the fans start. Half the fans are cheering for Roxy. Then when she tried to pick up Kalani Jordan. And that's what she was like Roxy. This is where she got what's her name, Kalani Jordan into a hammerlock, putting her hand onto her back. This is where she hit her side first, right into the onto the bottom right corner side, onto the turnbuckle. This is where we got Kalani Jordan that got back up somehow through her right into the diagonal side, and the upper left side. Then we got Kalani Jordan go for inside cradle. This is where we got her 2.3 count. Roxanne Perez going for arm bar, but this is where we got Kalani Jordan counter to a back to belly maneuver. Pushes her right into the upper left side, hits a rolling roll up. But this is where we got Roxanne Perez push her right face first, right onto the turnbuckles into the upper left side, or more likely shoulder first. Let me rephrase that. I'm starting to sound like Vic Joseph right now because that's exactly what he said as well. But this is where we got Roxanne Perez trying to put her arm down so she can try to bend it like sideways with her foot. Trying to This is where she's trying to set it up perfectly for a crossfade because she's trying to be like one of her idols, which I'm not sure if I should mention them by name. Even though regime's gone, but still, like, since this wrestler is wrestling for the other company, I'm not sure if I should mention them by name, but this is where we got Roxanne to go for a double knee, drop onto the arm of Kalani, but this is where Roxanne Perez missed because it's where it got Kalani Jordan move out of the way, hits a right hand to the midsection, then a right hand to the face. This is what she started doing repeatedly. This is where then we got Kalani Jordan dips her to the bottom to the upper. This is where we got what's her name? Like Roxanne Perez an uppercut onto that arm, like trying to make it worse than it already was. Roxanne Perez then go for a hammerlock hip suplex maneuver. Goes for a pin, but this is where we got Kalani Jordan still kick out at 2.7. Still not enough for the Prodigy. But that's where we got the partial powerful force and all of pro wrestling came on, which was the picture break. And and this is where we saw Roxanne Perez was getting very heated, like of seeing like that she didn't get the three count successfully. But this is where we got and this is where then we got But this is where once you got done with the partial advert, Roxanne Perez got to go for a Cyrus next week, which I believe Kalani turned into like a reverse fireman's carry, even though her hands were all tied up into Roxanne's, this is where she tries to swing her back, but this is where she gets arm dragging the other side. Roxy then ends up trying to go for a crossface right onto to Kalani, but this is where Kalani hits a schoolgirl, which is the most devastating move. And all the professional wrestling does surprise roll up. Roxanne Perez go for a roundhouse kick, only for Lonnie to catch the arm of leg. This is where we got Kalani Jordan hit the spinning kick right into the head, onto the former NXT Women's Champion. Then she try to go for a split-legged moonsault, like she's her idol, the former Mr. Monday Nights, I should say. Somehow Roxanne Perez count out of it. Then to the cartwheel kick, like hitting her drop right in the back of the neck. This is where she try to go for a pin, but with all the hope and miracles in the world, we got Kalani Jordan kick out at 2.8. This is where, like, since Booker T used to be her Roxanne's teacher, this is where it's like, what the hell? Like, how did that even happen? This is where Roxanne did not like how the referee catches. She's like, oh, come freaking on. And this is where then we got Roxanne and was like, you're not on my level, Lonnie. Like, you never ever will be. Like that she told the Kalani Jordan. Like, she was shouting into her face, and yeah. And this is where she was like, there's a reason why, like, you're known as the mid card while I was the main eventer. This is where she slapped across her in her face. This is where Kalani Jordan did not take that lightly. This is where she went right back to her, whacking her with slaps, like right into the back of her head, like bah, 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 which I was like, I'm not sure that's going to do any harm by throwing some fists. Like, I believe the old regime is no longer here. Like, I believe Cody Rhodes even confirmed that, saying like their leaders no longer in the company, and they're not allowed to speak to talk about him anymore. I think that's what he said, like something like that. But anyways, this is where then we got. This is where the Roxanne Perez tried to go for pop rocks, but this is where we got Kalani Jordan flip right out of it. This is where we got Kalani Jordan goes up right into a kicker right in her knee, the distractor to hit her with a running kickback DDT. And this is where Kalani Jordan finally got the guaranteed by hitting the moonsault. 1, 2, 3, and yeah. Yeah, winner of this match and the second ever woman that's going to join Zarya into the women's ladder match is going to be none other than Kalani Jordan. I'm like, there'd have to be some kind of a reason, like maybe even because like she's probably gonna be in the feud with someone like either Bailey. Maybe there's still some hope about her and Bailey in the main roster of WrestleMania, or it could be like Roxanne Perez versus Cora Jade at Stand and Deliver. Like that's probably explains why she's still on NXT right now. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did both, like do Cora versus Roxanne, like on uh on Stand and Deliver, and then the next night on the night two WrestleMania, we can have Bailey against Roxanne. Even if they wanted to, I think maybe it wouldn't be like really a smart idea to it wouldn't be a smart idea to what's that called? Like it wouldn't be a smart idea for them to what's it called? Like wouldn't be a smart idea to for them to what's that word I'm looking for? Like to do two matches at the same time unless they're two big major important matches. I mean they kind of are, but I would say that Roxanne and Bailey was more like a little bit of like for a few months now, like and it would make sense. It would make sense like them to stay on to that feud until at least WrestleMania. But moving on, this one then we got one thing. Robert Stone was thinking the ideas like that's this one then Robert Stone. This was like everything's going outrageous right now, like with these decisions, Ava. But she was questioning the women's NXT's general man. I mean the NXT's female general manager, saying like yeah, you're first. You're doing like a vacant NXT Women's North American Championship ladder match, then a triple threat match for the NXT chip. You could easily have Stephanie McCurve like to do double duty for her opponent. And but yeah, but the thing is, like, she don't even have an opponent because like you're just allowing them to just beat the hell out of each other. This is where then we got what able then reassured and correct Robert Stone like look like I got everything under control. Like you've seen what they've been doing for the last couple weeks and what they did tonight. In particular, I'm trying. They're trying to intimidate. Like that's not gonna work on me. Like they said they don't have no way. Like they're fine. Like in the 6-woman tag match, like they could. This is what it is like do it by next week. This is where then we got Robert Stone like who their opponent's gonna be like with with this what's it called who their opponent's gonna be like for the what's their names for the what's their names the Dark State. This is where then what's her name Ava was like well like it's gonna be the three guys that's gonna be main eventing Stand and Deliver for the NXT championships of course like who else is gonna be this is where Robert Stone like. Oh, like this one that she reminded he's gonna be Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Obafemi. It's just Stevie Turner's like, do you get that now? This is where then Robert's like, okay, like I understand. And this and what you're and like I said, like and I already confirmed this before, like I before I start talking about this now. But yeah, let me know in the comment section right down below. But this is where we got Ricky Saints was in a backstage interview with Sarah Schreiber. Said like this is your first first WWE / NXT championship match. Like it is your opportunity against the North American champion Shawn Spears tonight. Like the last time we saw you, like he blindsided you. This is where the what the I mean Ricky Saints was like oh like you see this face right here when you see this jaw it's gonna have to take more than that to to take me out completely. This is where he's like, if anything, like it's gonna be a fire lit right underneath me, like my boy Simon Miller like to say when it comes to saying like somebody I need to get a push and get an opportunity of a big shot at a championship or an opportunity, like lit a fire underneath them. That sounds like a phrase that that my boy Simon would say. But this is where we got Ricky saying like you want to make history, like you talk about the past, like you know me, like you don't know jack nothing about me. Like I'm not worried about no past. Like what I'm worried about is the future. You're looking at it, like in the future said, I'm gonna beat your doubts and goals tonight. Like and you take a very long time to even taste glory. Like as when I do like a record time, when I married Destiny, which I was like, wow, like his wife's Destiny, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. But it's where Ricky Saints Like I really see like that revolution of any televised me that Ricky Saints is gonna be the new North American champion tonight. That's where like thank you, Sarah. That's where the Sarah Shriver's like yeah, Ricky Saints will take on Sean Spears for the main event for the NXT North American Championship. And remember I said that the red ribbon belongs to the NXT the tag team match between Hank and Tank against what's the names against what's their names Tavion Heights and Miles Moore. I upgrade that to the blue ribbon. I don't know where I was even coming from when I say that. While Roxanne Perez took on Kalani Jordan, that gets the bronze trophy, and the silver trophy goes to what their names Zarya against what's his name, Lash Legend. But yeah, this match is definitely gonna get the golden trophy of the night. I'm already gonna tell you that. It was very entertaining, very storytelling, and it had an unpredictable ending, I guess you could say. But that's where we got. We're just gonna advertise this matches next week until they got Ricky Saints come out with his new theme song, which is kind of sound similar to his previous theme song for the other company, but it was more like a hyping pop music kind of theme into it, like some like a groovy pop music, like doom 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 or something like that. But that's where we got. That's where we got the match that happened after the referee raised the championship held high. This is where we got Ricky Saints to try to go for a slide ugly. But this is where we got Sean Spears was hanging on to the top corner. Like, nope, not now. This is where then we got Ricky Saints going for a drop kick. Then we got the absolute head Sean Spears face first. Then go for a right hand, repeatedly right to the face onto Sean Spears is where we got Ricky Saints. Then ends up stopping because the referee told him to stop, or else you're gonna get DQ because of that 3.8. Then we got Ricky Saints, then go right up into a dive. This is where he ends up getting kneed right into the midsection by the chairman. This is where then we got Sean Spears trying to go for a power bomb, only for him to get hit with a back body drop by Ricky Saints. This is where Ricky then picks up what's his name? Sean Spears. This is where he just started doing this little walk, like waking up readjusting his pulling up his trunks. That's where he doing a little dance, look like if he's Michael Jackson, like if he was doing old school. This is where he hits a big old elbow strike right on the arm but in the head of Sean Spears. And got Ricky Saints and came doing like a little walk, barricade walk. This where he did his little pose like this, like you normally do, like ever since he been wrestling, like whether it was and a couple other companies like the rival company or the former partners of the rival promotion. But this is where we got the partial powerful force and all the pro wrestling came on. This is where we got but once the average came off, this is where we got Saints then ends up going for some strikes right on to Sean Spears. It got Ken ended up throwing Ricky right to the upper left corner, upper right corner side. Is where we got Saints ends up falling down, hitting back first right into the turnbuckle. This is where we got Sean Spears and going right on top of Ricky, just starting some left punches. Then we got then Ricky's like, let him have it. Like, don't let him do this to you, Ricky. This is where and he hits a body slam onto the absolute wrestler. This is where we got Sean Spears going up on the top rope. Then we got Sean Spears was about to hit some kind of a dive on the top rope, but this is where Ricky Saints hit a flying elbow strike right to his face. This is where he was about to hit an avalanche-like maneuver. This is where we got Ricky Saints to start elbowing him and axe handling right onto the chairman. This is where he tried to go for an avalanche suplex, but Sean Spears was trying to counter and trying to intercept out of it. This is where we got what's her name? Even Izzy Dame was like, "Come on, Sean, you can do this." This is where what's his name? What's his name was doing the same. Brooks Jensen and Nico Vance tried to Do the same. Well, mostly Brooks Jensen and Izzy Dane was doing all the supporting. Like when it comes to their voices, this is where we got. This is where Ricky Stanks counter to like an avalanche version of a jackhammer, which fans were like, "Oh my god! Like, I don't think we ever seen nobody done this before." This is where fans were chanting, "Holy sugar, honey, iced tea." This is where then we got what else happened? This is where we got Ricky Stanks like, "Come on, son!" Like we got. And then we got Sean Spears to the right hand on Ricky Stanks. And then Ricky Stanks to the right hand right back. This is where the fans start chanting, "This is awesome." This is where then we got the referee to hit. I mean, I know it was Sean Spears to the right hand onto him. And then Ricky Stanks then bounced right to the bottom left corner side. Then hit another one close on and a second close on. Like if he's Randy Orton, which everybody must be inspired by hitting that maneuver. I remember Randy Orton's been doing that probably since 2012, 2013. But Ricky Stanks then start going for a close, for a drop kick. Then we got Saints hit an elbow right onto what's his name, Sean Spears. He tried to go for tornado DDT, only for Sean Spears. The count out is where he tried to go for a run, but he ends up getting double A spine buster by the Absolute. This is where the Ricky Saints ends up trying to go for like a that. But this is where I'm about to hit him with the what's that called, the adrenaline ride or whatever it's called. This is where we got Sean Spears flip right out of it. This is where we got Ricky Saints then ends up going right up to the ringside. This is where we try to run, but this is where we got damn near a clothesline by what's his name, Sean Spears, only for Ricky Saints to duck out of it, hit the DDT on the Spears, and this is where both men were down. This is where we got Izzy Dane like, "Come on, like Sean, like don't let him continue to beat you." This is where. Yeah, I can say it. Oh, whatever. Like I'm beating this guy. This is where the fans start chanting, "This is awesome." This is where we thought it was gonna be a screwy finish. I was like, maybe this is gonna be it. Maybe this is gonna leave a cliffhanger for what's the what's to come. But like for stand and deliver, like a rematch perhaps. But once Sean Spears whacked what's his name, Ricky Saints, and with the championship, like with what's his name? What was it? Brooks Jensen was distracting the referee, so he didn't see it. This is where he tried to go for a pin. That didn't work, and that shows it gives the term "cheaters never win and winners never cheat" the understatement of the night. Like yeah, I guess I got it right. But it's where then we got and I got a double right because I rhymed it true. Anyway, this is where we got. Here we go 1, go 2, but it's where it did not get the 3. And it was at 2.999 and the 9999 minus 1 point away. This was Sean Spears. That should have been 3. This is where Nico Vance was like, now how did he kick out of that? Like, what's in this human being? But this is where then what's name? Sean Spears is like you made me no choice but to do this. You made me do this. Then the fans start chanting Ricky Starks, Ricky Starks. Sound like the European fans when they saw Cody Rhodes start chanting his name, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. And then this way, then we got everybody on the shoulder. And then I tried to hit him with my finishing maneuver, which we all know what it is, which is my finisher, which is the Assassin Valley Driver, the most dominating move in all of professional wrestling. But it's where Ricky Saints then picks him up, hits one of his own, which that's not the only thing that he did that kind of remind him of Super Ninja Austin, but because after he tossed Brooks Jensen in the ring and spears off Nico Vance right off the ring and clotheslines Brooks Jensen out of the ring. And that's where then he ends up hitting my finisher, my other finisher, the spear, which ends up being Ricky Saints' finisher, if not a signature. That's where then Sean Spears must have said like a profanity word because it looked like when you read his lips, and considering like it was a perfect time where they censored it out, it's like get your your fudge unsweetened kiwi kale link rear end back in the ring. This is where Ricky Saints ducks out the clothesline, hits a flying spear, looked like Super Ninja Austin just did it. And this is where we got the we got the absolute, then picks him up right into his shoulders, hit hit the Sambo, like which is kind of like his version of the Dominator, hit the 1-2, and you guessed it, like a shocking whopping 3. Winner of this match and new NXT North American champion, like Ricky or absolute Ricky Saints. And this is where Izzy Dame was hesitant of giving the North American Championship. This is where she was like, all right, like since he won, this is where the Ricky Saints like, I really literally did it. This is where he's like, yeah, like I'm your new champion. This is where he's like, yeah, and this is where then we got the shocking return, right into his face, like it was none other than that Bulgarian guy, Mr. Russo. No, Rusev. It was Rusev. Like he came in, hits the Moscow kick he did. Then he did the accolade. Then he put him to sleep. It said he's challenging him for the North American Championship, basically, which ended the show. Nah, April Fools. That did not happen. Like yeah, even though like there's still some speculation that he could return to WWE, but yet that has not been confirmed. But yeah, Ricky Saints did a mini celebration with him showing that he is the new NXT North American champion, which is said on the middle Titantron screen right above the audience, which it has his name right in the bottom, like which said Ricky Saints. With that is a massive congratulations. But after the show, the replay with Ricky, like about to show Ricky Saints continuing what's it called about the end the show with him like celebrating, only for him to get attacked by a cutter move that gave the RKO a run for its money, right out of nowhere, and it was none other than All Ego Ethan Page that attacks him. This is where he was like, ah ha ha, and this is where what's that? All Ego Ethan Page was like, like now, like this is gonna be my this is the championship I'm looking for. This is where he hold on. And that's where then what the fans start getting well to him. This is where it was like, what was it? You are awful, I believe. Like it is where everybody said like all awful. I guess you could say all. Or all egos awful, I think they said. I think it was all egos awful. Clap, 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 clap. All egos off. Well, they showed the copyright logo that shows that it's about to end, which it did. And do you think this is gonna? This shows what's to come. Like, do you think that we could be seeing the NXT North American champion on the line between these two stars, like they used to wrestle in the other company? Which one thing that WWE takes a jab about the other company to another, like is their former stars. They're now wrestling on NXT. Well, most of them at least. And do you want to see like Ethan Page like? Ethan Page, like become the NXT North American, or do you think it should stay on someone like Ricky Saints? Which I would prefer to be into that direction, but I'll let you guys decide in the comment section right down below. And yeah, that'll be the end of today's NXT, which it was totally like worth watching tonight. It was I'll say it was a complete entertaining blast. Like with like so many matches that's gonna be announced for Stand and Deliver, and then putting interesting matches like whether it's qualifiers or the championship match, or maybe even like some developments in the tag team division on who's gonna be the next challengers, and even bringing in guys from Evolve, and also what other thing that we got with this. And also, like wondering, like who's gonna be Jada. I mean Stephanie McCur's challenger for her NXT Women's Champion, her only championship that she's holding now, since she had to relinquish the Women's North American Championship, which we're gonna possibly see someone like Zarya and what's her name, Zarya and Kalani Jordan and a couple other girls that's gonna be fighting like in the next couple of weeks. They get a spot at the NXT Women's North American Championship. And speaking of more qualifiers, I totally forgot that. So Ruka, did say that she will this is where did she confirm that she will indeed be like the next qualifier match with Kalani Jordan, was trying to be an instigator and trying to try to speak negative about like their friendship, like in this like when so we're gonna congratulate Kalani Jordan, say like yeah like me and my partner will both see you there because like one of us will walk out as the champion in Las Vegas. This is where Zaria's like, wait, one of us in question is where the that's where then so because like yeah I'm gonna be qualified, so I'm gonna probably join the two of y'all, and then this is where then Zarya, not sure if she accepts this because since they're tag team partners and like and also like they're going after the exact same championship. Like they're not sure if this will be their friendship will be the same after this. This is where then what Edward Kalani Jordan was instigating by saying like yeah like you're seeing the like you're understanding how I felt like when I was missing a nice girl like and yeah, and it's like the old saying goes, nice guys finish last, and then this is where what's your name? Yeah, so it goes like no, like even like whatever, no matter who's gonna win this championship match, and we have to battle one another to get that title shot, we'll still be friends. Well, yeah, that will ever happen because we saw on that end of the road, like at least 9 times out of 10, we 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 always see somebody like when somebody says that, they normally be the complete opposite. Like not trying to wish death upon this tag team, but just just saying because of the past experience in WWE when a team like try to fight for the same goals, like whether it's a championship, a briefcase, an opportunity for a championship, like of some sort. Like it always ends up like when it's two friends that's in the same match, like try to fight over the championship, it always breaks up their friendship. But let me know about that in the comment section right down below. Do you think Soruka's going to be the next one to be qualified? Or do you think it's going to be somebody else that's going to defeat her like instead? And this is where we can see like some tensions are going to be high about the friendship between Zarya and Soul. Which Soul calls himself the Saryas, the the Soul the Soul the Sorias, yeah, the Soul the the Sosaria. I think it's called the Sosarias. Yeah, the Sosarias. I believe that's what they're called, the Sosaria. Yeah. And what are your thoughts on that new name? Which Zarya was asking, like, you really just giving us a tag team name? This where so Ruka's like, yeah, why not? Like, don't you like it? This is where did she confirm that she does? And do you think that's the case? And do you like it yourself? Let me know in the comments. And tonight's NXT overall. Oh, I'm thinking like what would I give this overall? If you ask me, Assassinators, I'll say NXT tonight. Like it was not perfect, but still it had that spark of interest, and even the NXT Championship segment, like between Obafemi and Trick Williams, and Javon Evans had me very intrigued about what's to come. Like and see, like they're pointing out that Javon Evans could be the young underdog that could that have enough hope, like to the point that it will lead him to success and probably even make him the youngest NXT champion in record-breaking history. And do you think that's possible? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. And do you think that we see Trick Williams can be called up to the main roster and be allies with Carmelo Hayes in the future down the road? Like after these references, like and also with Trick Williams still continuing the tease and what was that tease and what they call it, a finger poke into a heel turn. Like I wouldn't say that it could not happen like anytime soon or even on the road to or on the stand and deliver on the show itself. But yeah, let me know like and decide and let me know like what's your opinions in that matter in the comment section right down below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, please make sure the big thumbs up button. Also hit the subscribe and the post notification bell for more of SNA's videos, and also subscribe onto his other channel at SNA Entertainment. Link is in the description box below where it says SNA the Entertainer 2019 on the at logo, and you can see my latest like animation and movie news videos like that I just made in recent weeks since February, like at the middle of February after the Super Bowl and all. But But yeah, here's a and let's talk about like the wrestling news tomorrow for y'all, like which I'm gonna be talking about the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories, women that you assassinated need to know on April 2nd, 2025. Yeah, which is gonna be the what's say the eight. I'll say they're gonna be from the Ringside News article, and also please check out my AEW Dynamite news review video, which will be the April 2nd edition, which we got a big mixed tag match between Swerve Strickland and Willow Nightingale, Willow the Pillow Nightingale against John Moxley and Marina Shafir, like which for some reason Marina Shafir thinks that Willow is made out of internal organs, which is really made out of her organs is made out of fluffy stuff, light and fluffy stuffing because she is a pillow. Which I don't know how that's possible. I believe the pill is going to be a beat down and make her see her own inner organs, which that sounds very I'll say uncomfortable to discuss about right now. And probably going to see some other stuff that's going to happen, like given that it is going to be the go home edition of AEW Dynamite before AEW Dynasty, and we also got timeless Tony Storm taking on Penelope Ford. This is where we got well, it's like that's gonna happen on this latest edition of AEW Dynamite. We're also gonna be seeing being hosted by wait, what am I talking about? It's not gonna be hosted. I mean, we're also gonna be seeing who else gonna be in action? The Rated R superstar Cope as Hope taking on Claudio Castagnoli in action. Probably sending a message like to the what's it called, the Death Riders. But the thing is, like, it just seems like that unfortunately Rated FTR, as much as I would like them to like the like rated F rated FTR like rated FTR is rated FT. I'll say rated FTR. I'll say unfortunately, I just don't think that they're gonna win the trios titles. I mean, it could be the complete opposite, but we're just gonna have to wait until the Sunday. But let me know down in the comments. But let me know down in the comment section right down below, or who do you think gonna win tonight? Who do you think is gonna win at the pay-per-view as well? And I will be making a predictions segment like on Collision this Saturday, like to let you assassinate know who I think is gonna be the winners and who do I think is gonna be taking the L, which we're not gonna say much about that. Only gonna say who's gonna get the privileges and the bragging rights than the others does. But yeah, well, we're gonna see tomorrow, like what's gonna be the development onto the pay per view of of AEW Dynamite, like onto the road of their pay per view Dynasty, like also like with them like even being ready for Double or Nothing, and like the likes of that. What's that other pay per view that's gonna be in July? Uh what the name AEW All In, which is gonna be in July, of course, and also Forbidden Door is gonna be in August. But yeah, make sure to check all that out, Assassinators. I hope that you guys are having a phenomenal rest of your a phenomenal and fantastic rest of your Tuesday night, and I'll see you guys there on the next video with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. Bye bye, my assassinators. Y'all take care. Have a miraculous night, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.